What I'm about to share began as a single, unmistakable moment in one man's life, a moment that quietly changed everything for him and, over the next decades, for thousands of people who practiced what he taught. In 1946, Joel Goldsmith sat in a simple stillness and encountered what he described as a direct communion with the divine. It wasn't theory. It wasn't something to debate. It was lived reality, a doorway into presence that opened once and kept opening. That doorway is what I want to introduce to you today, a short, powerful, 3-minute practice of receptive awareness that Joel refined, tested, and shared with students around the world. A practice so small you can fit it anywhere in your day, yet so profound that it can shift how you think, feel, and respond to life. If you will give me 3 minutes a day, I'll teach you a meditation thousands of ordinary people, teachers, nurses, executives, parents, students, have used to move from overwhelm to center, from exhaustion to clarity, from anxiety to peace. No forcing. No complicated steps. Just a quiet return to the truth already within you. Before we go deeper, I want to say this. If you find value in this channel and you'd love to support this work, you can now use Super Thanks. It's never expected but always appreciated. It helps us create deeper, higher quality teaching videos for you. Thank you in advance for everyone who chooses to support. Your kindness really does make a difference. Now, let's enter the heart of this teaching. What makes this practice different from almost every meditation you've tried is simple. Most techniques tell you to do something. Breathe a certain way. Imagine a certain image. Silence your thoughts. This practice asks you to soften, to open, to allow. Instead of trying to push healing into yourself, you become available for healing to flow through you. The phrase is simple. I am receptive to divine love, not as a chant you hammer into your mind, but as a gentle invitation repeated softly, inwardly. Imagine turning toward sunlight. You don't force warmth. You receive it. In the first minute, something subtle shifts. Your breath deepens without trying. Your shoulders relax. Your nervous system gets the first permission slip to let go. In the second minute, you rest in that openness. You allow thoughts, emotions, and sensations to rise and fall without battling them. In the third minute, a sense of expansion appears, as if your awareness grows beyond your body. Not in a dramatic or theatrical way, but in a grounded, peaceful way, like a window opening in a stuffy room. People who practice this daily often say this meditation becomes a quiet inner home. A place they can return to no matter what storms are happening outside. Now let me share the story of Heather, a school counselor from Denver. She had been dealing with emotional burnout after years of supporting students through trauma, anxiety, and family crises. She discovered this 3-minute meditation from a spiritual group she joined online. She didn't expect much, but she began doing it each morning in her parked car before walking into the school. After 2 weeks, she noticed she wasn't carrying students' emotions so heavily. After a month, parents told her, "You seem more grounded, more relaxed." For Heather, this wasn't magic. It was maintenance. It was the difference between drowning and floating. Another example, Jonathan, a firefighter from Arizona. After years of traumatic calls, his nights were filled with restless sleep. He started doing this meditation each night before bed. Slowly, he began sleeping deeper. Not perfect, not instantly, but consistently better. His wife said his energy softened in the evenings, like he wasn't carrying invisible armor anymore. The meditation didn't erase the trauma of his job, but it gave him a way to let his body rest so he could keep serving his community without burning out. Let's walk through the practice together, step by step. Sit comfortably, letting your spine be supported. Place your hands gently on your lap, close your eyes, take a slow breath in, and let it out naturally. Begin silently repeating, I am receptive to divine love. Say it softly in your mind. Feel the meaning. Offer the words to the deepest part of yourself. As you repeat the phrase, imagine that every cell in your body is loosening, like knots slowly untying. Feel small waves of relaxation spreading across your face, neck, and chest. If old memories or emotions arise, don't push them away. Include them in your openness. I am receptive to divine love healing this emotion. If resistance or doubt comes, include that too. I am receptive to divine love healing my doubt. This is the secret. You're not trying to feel something special. You're letting the practice work on you, rather than you working on the practice. Joel often said that true healing happens when we stop chasing it. When we stop trying to become better versions of ourselves and start receiving what is already ours, peace, calm, clarity, love. Let me share a story about emotional patterns. Elizabeth, a mother of 2 from Chicago, struggled with anxiety rooted in childhood. She tried journaling and affirmations, but her emotions kept returning in waves. When she learned this receptive meditation, something shifted. Instead of wrestling her fear, she surrounded it with acceptance. She would close her eyes and say, I am receptive to divine love transforming this fear. Within months, her emotional triggers softened. She wasn't cured overnight, but she was no longer hijacked by old patterns. Her family noticed she was more patient, more present. She later said, for the first time in my life, healing didn't feel like a battle. It felt like surrender. This brings us to one of Joel's most profound teachings, grace versus effort. Most people try to heal with force. They push, analyze, diagnose, strive. But grace operates in the spaces we allow, not in the effort we exert. During the 3-minute meditation, you practice one skill above all, allowing. Opening like soil receiving rain. Letting divine intelligence do the work. Trusting that something wiser than your mind is guiding the process. This shift from doing to allowing is the heart of the teaching. But let's be honest. Many people struggle at first. They feel like they're not doing it right, or they get distracted, or they feel nothing. If that's you, congratulations, you're human. Joel taught that the mind's resistance is part of the process. If your meditation is filled with thoughts, that's fine. If you feel restless, that's normal. If you doubt the practice, include the doubt. The only thing that matters is consistency. 3 minutes is short enough to fit anywhere. Right after you wake up, before your morning coffee, during your lunch break, right before bed, in your car before a stressful conversation, waiting for your food order, sitting at a red light. Small moments become portals. Let me give you another real-life story, one of my favorites. Michael, a retired military veteran from North Carolina, had been carrying tension in his chest for over 10 years. His doctor said the tension was stress-related. Michael tried therapy and breathing techniques, but the tension remained. When he discovered this meditation, he committed to 30 days. Every day at sunrise, he sat on his porch and practiced 3 minutes. Around day 15, something shifted. He described it as if a fist inside my chest finally unclenched. The tension dissolved. He cried on his porch, not from sadness, but from relief. He said, "It felt like I finally remembered who I really am beneath all the armor." Healing emotional patterns also means healing the stories we carry. And this meditation is uniquely powerful because it bypasses the analytical mind and speaks directly to the heart, directly to the nervous system. It's not about logic, it's about letting your being rest in something larger. Now, let's talk about something Joel called Christ consciousness. This has nothing to do with religious doctrine. It is the recognition that the divine presence you receiving is not outside you, it is you. During meditation, when the mind becomes still and the heart opens, you start sensing that the love you're receiving is coming from within your deepest identity. You aren't begging for healing. You're returning to your natural wholeness. This realization is not dramatic. It's quiet. It comes as a sense of being held, guided, supported. A sense that you're part of something vast, loving, intelligent, and it's been here all along. Here's a story that illustrates this. Daniel, a software engineer in Seattle, had been struggling with meaninglessness despite success. He practiced this meditation for months. One evening, during his practice, he felt a dissolving, like the boundaries between him and the world softened. He wasn't trying to get healed or enlightened. It just happened. He later said, "I felt like I wasn't alone in my own mind anymore. I felt accompanied." From that point on, his meditation wasn't about getting something. It was about expressing something. He became kinder, more patient, and more attuned to people. He said, "I didn't become someone different. I became more of who I actually am." Now let's shift to another advanced principle Joel taught, the divine design. When your consciousness is aligned through receptivity, life begins rearranging itself around you. Opportunities appear, synchronicities multiply, people show up, doors open, ideas arrive. This isn't magical thinking. It's alignment. When you stop operating from fear and start operating from receptivity, your decisions, energy, and intuition sharpen. You choose differently. You notice differently. You respond differently. Joel used to say, "Your life has a divine pattern. Your job is not to manufacture it, but to allow it." Now, what about helping others? Joel taught a unique mastery technique. When someone you care about is struggling, you don't try to send them healing. You simply enter your own receptive state and hold them in your awareness as you receive. No forcing. No projecting. Just creating a space where divine love flows through you, around you, and through them if they are open. Your presence becomes the healing environment. One woman from Minnesota told a beautiful story. Her teenage son struggled with depression. She tried everything, therapy, supplements, activities, but nothing made a major difference. She began doing the 3-minute receptive meditation before talking to him each evening. Within weeks, her son said, "I feel calm around you." I don't know why. She didn't preach. She didn't teach. She just received. And that was enough to change the emotional climate of their home. Now let's talk about integrating this into life. Meditation is not separate from living. It's the foundation for conscious living. Before an important conversation, open to receptivity. Before sending a message, pause for 3 breaths. Before bed, release the day into divine care. Before eating, open to gratitude. This becomes a lifestyle, living from openness rather than urgency. And now, let's bring this home. If this teaching resonated with you, if it expanded your understanding, if it helped you, please like this video to help it reach others. Subscribe to the channel for more deep spiritual teachings tailored for modern life. And if you want to support the channel directly, you can tap Super Thanks below. Every contribution helps us create better, deeper content, and I'm grateful for every single one of you. Now take a breath with me. Silently repeat, "I am receptive to divine love." One more time. I am receptive to divine love. Carry that openness with you today. Healing isn't a race. It's a relationship between your willingness and the love that's always been here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And thank you, truly, to everyone who supports this channel through super thanks, likes, comments, and subscriptions. We are building something beautiful together. See you in the next video.